Hey YouTubians, Miss Coop. Well, in an effort to make good food for Thanksgiving, I'm starting my series on vegan meals you can cook for Thanksgiving. Week before last, I gave you the recipe for my nachos. This is something that you could serve while people are waiting to eat Thanksgiving. The next week, which was last week, I gave you the video on making mac and cheese. Now, I do have other ways to make mac and cheese, and if you're interested, just leave that message down in the box below. And today, we're going to make fried collards. I do hope that you enjoy this video. Stay tuned if you're interested. Since I'm just making collards for myself today, I only have 2 bunches of fresh collard greens. You can use the one in the bag that's already pre-prepared, but I'm going to use the fresh, and so I'm going to go ahead and clean them up. Okay guys, so I'm currently in the process of cleaning my collards, and once I get them all cleaned and everything, I will come back and we will then make us some fried collards. But right now, I have to clean these off. So when I'm done, I will come back and we can begin our process, okay? Okay guys, to be perfectly honest, this is not a lot, but this is clean, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to prep this so that I can cut it and get it over into my pan. Okay, guys, it doesn't matter how you layer this stuff up here. It doesn't matter. Just layer it. Once you've got it layered as high as you want, it doesn't have to be that high. I like to take and roll it. Okay, roll it so that it looks something like this here. I'm going to cut that in a few minutes. And so I usually try to take the biggest leaf that I have, lay it down. It doesn't matter. Just lay it on top. Okay? And just lay it. Layer them. Because this is going to be my last okay, layer. Guys, you see my handy dandy blue bowl. I don't have the strainer in here this time. I don't need it. And I'm going to go ahead and begin to cut in strips like this here. Okay, this is what it should look like once you've cut it. Okay, and then you can put it in a bowl. And this is how much I got from those 2 bunches. All right, so I'm going to begin to heat my pan so that we can begin to fry these collards. As you can see here, I got 1 red, 1 yellow, and 1 orange bell pepper. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut these up for the pan. Okay guys, I got my bell peppers and my onions ready, and I'm going to prep my frying pan. Guys, I have readied my pan and it's nice and hot. I'm going to go ahead and add some olive oil, some extra virgin olive oil. I'm going to go ahead and put that on my pan. And I'm going to slightly cover the bottom. Now, greens make their own water. And so do your vegetables here, okay? What I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and put these down in there. Add a little salt. Now, salt and pepper to your taste buds. Okay, remember I just give you a base idea of how this be. You take it from there. Okay, and at this point, let me let you take a look over into the pan. So there I am with my vegetables simmering in the bottom of the pan. I don't want them to get too cooked. Turn my fire down low. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and add my greens. Okay. Now the idea behind adding your greens is that you have to turn your greens ever so often. Okay, this is not a lot, but it's important that you turn your greens ever so often. All right, guys. So one of the things that I want to add in here, while I'm going to turn the fire back up a little bit, I'm going to add some garlic powder. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and now do this to your taste, okay? Some black pepper. You know what's too much for you. And last but not least, I'm going to add a little onion powder. Well, it's not last. And that's a little dash of sugar. It brings out the flavor, guys. Trust me when I say it brings out the flavor. At this point, I'm going to take one more time to stir this in because I want to get the vegetables that I put on the bottom of this pan. I want to bring the vegetables up to the top. Now, one of the things about cooking greens the traditional way is that my thought, and I've heard very often, that you lose a lot of the nutrients in what we call the pot liquor. Okay, that's the water that we put in the bottom of the pan. But this way we get to keep more of the nutrients that we put in the pan, or that of the greens, not what we put in the pan. Hello? You get to keep more of the nutrients that are in the pan. And I know we call this fried collards. I call it fried collards. But the truth of the matter is, it's more like simmered collards. But you don't have to cook them as long. There's a place around here close to where I live that serves vegan food. And I'm telling you, they cook the greens too long. They cook the greens too long. Okay? So these are the collard greens. And they are currently so-called frying. I call it simmering. But, you know, of course, this is called fried collards. And so we're going to go ahead and let these simmer for a little while. And I'll be back in about 10 minutes, okay? It'll probably be more like a second to you. Hey guys, here is the fried collards. And they're about as done as I like them. You can cook them longer, but know that when you cook them a little longer, they're a little soggier. These are very firm. And you'll notice here that they're not bright green like they once were, but they're good and they're done, okay? And so, at this particular point, I'm going to go ahead and have a small plate of these greens, okay? Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and fish me out a little bit. Ooh, good. Yummy. I know I said a little bit, but psych. Okay. Just gonna get a little. Okay, guys. Why don't you follow me? Okay. So, I know I normally say meet me at the table, but I got my computer on my table right now, so I work from home on Fridays. I should say on most Fridays. Okay. So, you know what would be good with this is just a little spot of vinegar. Everybody don't like vinegar. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit on there. And I didn't show you, but I did add some red pepper flakes to this. And let you get a real good look over into here. There you go. Yummy, yummy. Okay. So, this is very good. I know it's very hot. You stick that in your mouth, you're going to burn your tongue up. Mmm. Mmm. Again, I say, the old traditional way. I'm not going to say the old traditional way. I'm going to say the traditional way of cooking your greens is to, put them in a pot of boiling water and let them boil with a smoked ham hock or smoked turkey leg or whatever it is that you normally use. And you cook your greens for a couple of hours. In an attempt to have keep all of the nutrients in my greens, I like to fry them. And it's got a good crunch. These are delicious. And that little teaspoon of sugar brings the flavor out really, really good, guys. Now, if you have fresh garlic, use it. Make sure you put that in the pan first. And follow it with the rest of the vegetables that you have. This is just the flavor and the style that I like. If you decide to try this, let me know. I used to make the boiled kind all the time. But my family, when I made the boiled one year I decided to make half boiled and half fried. They ate up the fried and left the boiled. So the next year, I only made the fried. And been making that ever since. So, I want to thank you guys for keeping the sister strong. Drop me a line if you decide to make this. It's very easy. You don't have to wait till a holiday to make it. And you can enjoy it right on the spot. The total cooking time for this was about 30 minutes. From prep to right here. Okay, so take care, everybody, and I'll look for you in my next video. Take care.